Oh shit, are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Oh, we're rolling. You cut out the whole banter before last time.
I know.
You just got right into it. But the people like to be warmed up into it. We got to do like an intro, just like a bow down, Michael Dillon heat drum, like something like that.
That's what we're gonna use from now on.
Oh,
we're just
bro,
gonna
we
cut
should
that
use
out.
it.
And
I would love that. I would be honored to be the intro to that. Or oh, we're rolling. Guys, welcome to another episode of Mike and Dylan Hate Drama. We don't like it. We don't like it so much that we talk about it the whole podcast. Now, today I am a little bit tired. My son has been in and out of the hospital the past couple of days. He went in Monday night, had real bad stomach pain. So I took him to the ER, sat with him till 7 o'clock in the morning. So the first thing they do is give him a strep test. It's negative. So they do some blood work. They test his pee, and it's like dark yellow. And I was like, oh, there it is. That's what's wrong. And they're like, nah, his kidneys are good. And I was like, well, bro, look how dehydrated he is. So we go home. They give him some ibuprofen. He starts feeling a little bit better. Well, the next day, he just, once again, is complaining. So we take him, and the doctor's like, I'm going to do a strep test. I'm like, you buffoon.
you just did that.
You did that yesterday. You are trying to charge me more money on a bill that I will never pay. You're giving me the runaround right now, okay? I am infinitely more intelligent than you because I know yesterday the other doctor already did that. So let's not be a moron. Come to find out it was strep. So the second time they tested him, he came out positive. So his stomach was hurting because the lymph nodes in his stomach were swollen.
I didn't know you had lymph nodes in your stomach.
I didn't either.
I always knew them like up here and they'd all swell up, but that's new.
The human body's so weird and it's so scary. So what's cool is Amy sat with him while he was at the ER last night, but I had to come in to do the CT scan with him. Well, I was bringing him my phone so we could play Roblox together, so to make him feel a little bit better. But as I was walking in, he was getting the CT scan done, and he was like, "I want Dad to come with me." And I was like, "Yeah, fuck you, Mom." What's so funny is she texted me too, and she was like, "Oh, he's like stressing out, he's like freaking out and having a terrible time." I'm like, "Yeah, you're supposed to stop that." Like when I went with him on Monday night, it was a whole comedy routine for 8 hours. I don't think I have said so many jokes. 99.9% of them fell flat because he was in a ton of pain. But you gotta, I don't know, just you gotta dance a little, do a little jig, like you gotta dance monkey, like you gotta make him feel better. You gotta take his mind off of
The problem at hand.
right.
Yeah, no, isn't that one of the like shining moments when your kid's like, no, I want Dad, but then all the rest of the time it's like, no, I want Mom.
Yeah, he only wants me when it's something scary. Like Mom is all the other stuff. So I mean, look, next time, bitch, you gonna have to deal with it on your own. You gonna have to get into the scary circular machine. When we went in there, man, he was just not having it. I was like, brother, it doesn't touch you at all, because it's like the circle in the bed runs in and out, and I don't know what he thought it did, but it was not what it did. So then they give him the IV shit that makes you feel hot.
Yeah.
And I thought he was going to have a really bad problem with that. It wasn't that big of a deal. The biggest of deals was getting him to go through the donut. But after that, it was pretty good. So he gets home about 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm laying with him, and I'm getting that shitty sleep because I keep like waking up to check on him, and just be like, "Oh, he's still breathing."
Yeah.
And then I like rub his face to make him move and shit because I'm just like, I don't want him to be like super lethargic and dying, and I'm laying right next to him. So pretty sure he was happy as fuck when I got out of bed.
Could actually get some solid sleep.
Right. So today, how many stories do we have?
We have 5. Let's see if we can get through them all.
5 stories, 5 bits of advice, guys.
And not a single one from Reddit. These are all from listeners, and we want to say thank you for those going to the website and actually putting this in, because this makes everything more legit and way easier, that we don't have to scour Reddit for like shitty and good posts.
We want stuff Smosh ain't doing. Like we gotta do something different to come ahead of Smosh. So I think stories sent in by viewers is how we try to be a little bit more appealing than the guys you fucking loved when you were kids.
Well, I think the cool thing about that, though, is everybody that commented on, like, anybody that mentioned Smosh, they're like, I listened to them and you. So that puts us, like, in their bracket,
I
which
don't
is
know,
pretty
no.
cool too.
I wish we were in their money bracket.
Yeah, no, we're not there yet.
I don't even want the fame, bro. I just want some money. Like if the roles were reversed and I was doing something that paid a lot of money, but no one knew who the fuck. Oh man. Oh my God. I would.
The sweet nectar.
Right. Yes. I mean, that's got to be the life. That has to be the life. But yeah, we have 5 stories. Let's just go ahead and get into the first one. We can do a little bit banter in between. I'm trying to think
start
of
with a
anything
shorty
else.
first.
Oh, and so guys, with the whole rating the podcast and commenting and shit like that, we did not know we had comments turned off on
the most recent one.
the most recent Spotify one.
I've never had to turn them on or off, so like it's always just been on, and then that one for some reason
I've never seen it. They're
off.
trying to ham bonus, man.
Yeah.
Spotify's sensing it.
We fell out of the 200 bracket on the charts
on
too.
Apple Podcast. We'll be back in there today. We just posted Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Which is today. So we'll be back on there a little bit. You know, fucking Steve Harvey's sweating. Every time we're just like right above Steve Harvey. I don't know what the fuck. I guess he doesn't post. Maybe he doesn't post anymore. And
I think he does like a morning show or something. So it's just like maybe on the radio or something. And then they just throw it on the podcast. Because that's what a lot of shows do is like, I mean, all the local like talk radio people, like the funny comedian shows in the morning, they have a podcast, which is just their show.
Deflating my ego because I thought we were beating Steve Harvey.
We still are.
Not really. You know, he's getting like way more listeners on other places.
Well, the people that can't listen to his radio show like directly in their market go on there and listen. So that's probably a pretty big thing.
All I know is Joe Rogan better fucking hold on to his biscuits because we're coming.
Yeah, did you come up with that other 2,500?
Oh yeah, for for his Nigerian agent. Yeah. I gave him my social security number.
Well, before we get into that, I just wanted to remind everybody that we're going to be at the Lexington Cruise-In May 13th. It's a Tuesday. We'll be out there hanging out if you want to come down and meet Mike and Dylan.
I didn't have the member paper with me.
No.
If I had the member paper, I would have brought that up. All right, yeah, but the Lexington Cruise-In May 13th, we're going to be selling some LaborLama, LaborLama. It's mine and Dylan's brand for blue-collar workers. Let's get into this first story. The title says, Advice/Am I the Asshole? Dear Mike and Dylan, love it. God, sounds so...
Didn't even add it.
Sounds so beautiful. When I first started working as an emergency roadside assistant, everything was going great. After a month or so, I've been having to search my work truck for left open beer cans.
Yep.
I've already talked with him. Wait, whoa. When I first started working as an emergency roadside assistant, everything was going great. After a month or so, I've been having to search my work truck for left open beer cans. I've already talked to him about the situation and nothing has changed. Would I be the asshole for starting my own business, doing the same thing just for myself? Who the fuck is he talking about? Who's this guy?
A few details were left out, but like I think what he was saying is he like works for somebody that does roadside assistance, and this guy just drinks beer in the car all the time, and so he's thinking about just doing it on his own.
I was like, who's this random man that just entered the store? He's a fucking homeless guy?
Yeah, I just put it together myself.
Beer cans in my truck. I got a fucking, I don't know what's happening. I was like, well, you never mentioned a fucking coworker, so if there's beer cans in your truck, that's you doing it.
Oh, he's got multiple personalities.
Yeah, so would you be the asshole for starting your own business? Bro, starting a business sucks.
It does.
So much dick. Working for somebody, honestly, if I didn't make jokes and shit like that, I'd just do that because doing the whole business shit and then you got to do all the numbers and stuff like that, fuck that.
Yeah, all the numbers.
Yeah.
No, the funny thing is like
Dylan
when I first started in architecture back in like 2006, he would charge like $50 an hour for every hour that I worked towards the project. And I only got paid like $11 an hour. And I was like, oh man, blah, blah, blah. And then now that I run businesses and I realize like how much... What happened, Mike?
Something wrong with the water. something
you
wrong.
haven't washed your cup in like a week.
Oh yeah, or my shorts. People are gonna be like, "God damn, Mike!" What the fuck? I changed my underwear. The shorts, man. I just fucking until they die. Usually that's how I do it.
But yeah, like now that I'm on the other side of things and I have to pay people, and I realize that if I charge, so much money, technically I can only pay somebody so much money because there is insurance, building, car, all the other things that go into it, and I can't pay them even close to what I charge for their time.
Yeah,
so.
running a business is hard. You wouldn't be an asshole, but It's you gotta know your shit. Definitely look at some YouTube videos on how to fucking run a business out, because it is very rough.
None of it prepares you for what actually like, because every single day there's something new that they're like, oh yeah, you got to pay this, you got to pay sales tax, you got to submit this form for this thing, blah blah blah.
I'm gonna put these two monsters at the end. Those are the big ones.
You gonna get some more water, or are you just gonna muscle through?
I'm just gonna dry mouth it, so people are gonna hear a lot of at the end. All right, so the next one's titled, Am I the Asshole? Nice. It's like we do those a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Mike and Dylan, congratulations on the podcast, guys. I love it. It's funny and very relatable in the workplace. Warm me up, butter me up. Look, he already knows he ain't gonna be the asshole now. Sorry, Mike, this one's a bit lengthy, but I think you'll enjoy it. It's actually not a bit lengthy. It's a good size. Now, I guess I'm a bit of a wise guy. Not that I'm super smart, just like to mess with people. But am I the asshole? But am I an asshole, though? I don't know. What'd you do? I work with a group of know-it-all assholes, and there's this one guy I work with side by side on a daily basis, 9 hours a day. He is the king of know-it-alls and thinks he is God's gift to us. We'll call him Scott. Scott sounds like a prick. I already do not like Scott. I just hate know-it-alls. Brother, you don't know everything.
You work with one.
Who?
Me.
But you like know it though. Like, bro, we'll be like, oh fuck, we need to like build a table for this. And Dylan's like, I could build a table right now from scratch. And fucking builds a table. He just does it. Dick. How does it feel to be a man? Like just like a real man.
I'll let you know when I get there.
The shop I work at is good. Great pay, easy work, plenty of hours. I can't complain, but the group of angry, bitter geniuses gets annoying, especially Scott. For the past couple of years, I've dealt with bitching and fighting back and forth like little girls. All I want to do is go work, do my job, go home to my family. Kind of how I think Dylan might be. Calm, complacent, just a relaxing guy trying to live his life peacefully. Then he met me. Now, this is where I feel like I'm Mike. I don't put up with bitchy men. There's a lot of quotations, so the people listening, I am doing quotations a lot, and you just aren't seeing it. Some days when Scott seems on the edge and looks at me like he wants to start a fight, I will think of a debatable topic, whatever it is, I don't care, but something Scott cares about and that I can tell him my thoughts on. Here's an example. Hey, Scott, have you ever heard of Mike and Dylan Hates Drama? It says MADHD's new podcast. It's hilarious, knowing he hasn't heard of it or knows anything about it, and he will argue that it is not funny as whatever he listens to, probably some NPR or some shit. What is NPR? I see that a lot.
National Public Radio.
Oh, yeah, that does sound boring. Hello again to National Public Radio. Today we are discussing the new Pope. There's many candidates to be the new Pope, but we don't know who's going to be the new Pope. Now we're going to go to our reporter Davis, who is at the building where they have the Pope at, to see if he knows anything about the new Pope. Davis, are you there? Oh man, that was fucking. Come on, man, you gotta do those fake laughs when I do that.
Well, I can't I don't want to interrupt your shtick with my laughter.
I will calmly argue with hard, true facts. Well, if you're arguing that we are funny, that is, I don't know if that's true facts.
I don't know. People keep saying it. I don't know where the humor is in it.
It's funny. Not hard to argue that. He will start to get mad and even get red in the face, and then I drop the words, "You don't know what you're talking about." I found this pisses any of the know-it-alls off, and in Scott's case, it hits him hard. So hard that he won't talk to me for a couple of days, and now I have more interrupted time to listen to you guys. Bro, this sounds like we wrote this just to get people to fucking listen. Dope. I know I'm an asshole, but this helps me get a good inside laugh and a peaceful day. Thank you guys for starting the best podcast I've listened to. Did you write this?
No, I did not write this.
Mike, you're funny as fuck. Love the content, bro. And with Dylan, keep on all the behind the scenes shit you got going on.
Oh yeah, just don't even say that stuff.
he said, keep on all the behind scenes shit you got going on. You guys will go far. And LaborLama is amazing. Best shirts I ever bought. I'm about to get the hats and hoodies. P.S. Don't change the pod. You guys have taken my JRE spot on Spotify. And boy, that's a tough spot to steal. Keep up the great work, guys. Well, listen, firstly, what did he say his name was?
It's in the email, but I don't.
Oh man,
I don't touch him.
I just want to say I love you. Like that was like he could get fucked. Like what do he could get fucked? Like that was a very very nice thing.
So not just a handy behind the dumpster.
No. He gets the full Denny special. Like
Oh, you're gonna caress him like the whole cunnilingus thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, you want me to go into a deep dive about that? Dylan hated
Well,
that.
first
Listen,
I'm gonna.
I feel like there's someone out there who learned something, and as long as
Dude,
I
if they
teach one
learned
person,
something from that, then they don't know anything about women at all.
well,
Because you went into detail, but not enough to like actually. It's like if you gave somebody
I
the
feel like I
first.
gave them good starting points.
Yeah.
I can't remember all of it, but
They
I
need to
can try to
Google.
recite everything that I said.
They need to Google and learn like the in depth.
Yeah, Google it. So listen, that person is by far the best person who's ever sent a story in.
Now everybody's gonna kiss our ass on every single one that they write in.
But I mean, listen, I'm not saying that I'm going to be biased towards people who speak nice things about the podcast. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that I'll probably treat you better than someone who doesn't say anything good about the podcast.
So flattery does work.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I'm like a woman, man. Bro, I love Amy will get mad at me. And this is, women are, they're hard, but they're easy at the same time. Because she'll be like in on my ass about something. And all I have to do is just bring up something she loves. So say the littlest thing. So she's real into like Theo and his therapy and loves to talk about that and stuff. And she'll be like mid argument, just like grilling my shit. And I'll be like, so what did Theo learn last week? Because I see he's talking a lot better. I'm just making shit up. And then she's immediately just like talking about it, happy. And then she gets up, just like gives me a kiss and just walks away. And I'm just like, man.
Does she ever circle back and be like, wait a second, I wasn't finished?
No, and it's really good. Like sometimes it takes a couple of times to do it because she'll be like, oh, no, and then I'll find the thing that she really wants to talk about. And then after I do that, it's like we weren't even arguing in the first place.
You're like a wizard.
I am a wizard.
You need to teach Jess how to do that with me because I'm the type that will just like go at her. And
Dylan's a very passionate person. Like that's what I like to call his anger. He's very, very passionate. All right, guys, these are just passionate marks on my face. All right, so we're gonna get into the next story. But man, God, the guy in the first, well, I'm gonna shout his name out in the next one because that was a beautiful story, and he's not the asshole. And I hate know-it-alls, and I hope that all of your enemies die in a horrible way. Dear Mike and Dylan, I want him back. Advice. Dear Mike and Dylan, they put it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that, love it. At first glance, it might just seem like lust, but honestly, I can always just text someone else and get it. With him, it's just different. Uh-oh. Like an actual connection. I, 22 female, work as a technician, was seeing a guy, 25 male, works in freight, for about 6 to 8 weeks. We met on an app after a month of chatting, and we decided to finally meet up. We've had intercourse twice. He's not the biggest, but boy, does he know how to work his tongue. I mean, he
see, that goes back.
Yeah, that's right.
He probably learned from your podcast.
That's what I'm saying. He listened to it. Not the point, anyways. In between interactions, he had to go into an accident. He had to go into an accident that partially totaled his 2009 Ford Mustang. Oh, man. Rough day. A week later, our last intercourse, he called me and decided to call it off. He said it was because he felt like he was no longer able to be a provider, between no longer having a car and still living with his parents and some other personal issues. He felt like he was no longer adequate. I myself have my own apartment and a car and told him I don't care about any of that. I just want to be with him. It's been a few days and I still miss him. Please send help. It's so funny that it's always the dudes who live with their parents. Like if a guy brings you over to a house, all right, and it's his parents' house, and you go to his room, and it's just like a blow-up mattress on the floor, he's about to dick you down. Like you are about to get...
You know from experience?
No. I'm not done. I make a lot of jokes, man. I wonder if people have ever listened and they're just like, assume I'm gay. It's like friends at work, bro. We used to joke around all the time, and this guy, he's an older guy, and he was just like, man, he was just like, I remember back in the day when people had to keep that a secret. I was like, what is it? He's like, you talk about your homosexual relations.
They're jokes.
I was like, yeah, no. I dead ass got fired for sexually harassing a guy.
Tell that story.
Oh, okay, I got to tell this story. All right, so I was working at a place where they made flooring, and we had a supervisor there. His name was Randy or Ricky or some shit like that. I worked there for 2 months, but dude was dope as fuck. And he knew me from my videos. This is the last job I had before I tried to do this. So he knew me from my videos. And Real dope guy. Me and him always joked along. He was training this other guy, Jason. I'm going to name drop him because he's a bitch and I hate him so much. He's a terrible guy. So during that time, this was during the time people who watched a lot of TikTok will know the jokes that are like, there's this barber that would cut people's hair and he'd just be like, that thing long, ain't it? And they'd look up at him and be like, what? And he'd be like, that thing long, ain't it? And they're like, man, get the fuck out of here. So that's what we would do all day. And also there was the chupapi muñaños, daddy. That shit. Me and fucking Randy would do that shit all day. So Randy's a bit of a big boy, had weak knees. So he had to go get knee surgery on both of his knees. Was going to be out a little bit. All right. Me and Jason have never really got along. Or no, I wouldn't say got along. We just never even fucking really talked to each other.
Yeah.
So he leaves and, we're like fucking around one day and he says a joke to me, and I was just like, it was either the chupapi muñaños or daddy, and he comes up to me later. He's like, look, man, I'm not cool with that gay shit. Don't do that gay shit around me. This dude's literally a Boy Scout. He was a Boy Scout, still in the Boy Scouts, I think. He did the little meetings every Wednesday. And, if someone approaches me and they're like, hey, man, I feel uncomfortable with that, I'm going to be like, all right. But he was like real fucking mean about it. Yeah. So I was just like, well, now that's all I'm going to do.
Well, acting tough and like he's going to do something about it. So yeah.
Right. So there's another guy he worked with, or there was another guy that worked with us. So like him and Jason would always like buddy and shit and like try to talk shit. And bro, I fucking make jokes for a living. Like you're not gonna out joke me. So I was steady like all day, just like after he said that, it was always like, oh daddy, chupapi. That thing long, ain't it? Bro, he fucking hated that shit. So the other guy that worked with him, he called out for like 3 days. Mm-hmm. Or he just no-showed for like 3 days. So they were going to fire him. And then he was like, nah, man, I've been sexually harassed by that guy. And they said all this stuff. Now the supervisor was real cool with me. He was a real cool guy. We go to HR and I'm sitting there in HR and they're like, you were talking about, you were sexually harassing him, asking him how long his penis was. I was like, no, that's not what I said. And she was like, what did you say? I was like, well, I mean, what I said was that thing long, ain't it? And you should have seen that because he was like, Mike wouldn't fucking say any shit like that. And he just like sticks his head, like he's like trying not to laugh in the HR thing. And she was like, well, what does that mean? And I was like, it's just some TikTok jokes. And she was like, yeah, but like, what does it mean? And I was like, I don't know. I just watch a bunch of TikTok. I don't know what it means. And she's like 25 years old. She knows what the fuck it means. So I leave from there. They fired me. They fired the other guy too, because fucking you got to tell somebody. He just left for 3 days. He has his own like catering service. Bro, I used to roast him so fucking hard about that catering service. Because at first he was like, yeah, I cook a lot of wings and stuff like that. He was like, you should do a video with me. And I was just like, have you seen my content? He was like, I mean, yeah. And I was like, have you ever seen me cook a singular fucking wing? Have you heard me talk about food? And he's like, no. I was like, well, when I do that, we could do a video together. So yeah, that was, and then I did a whole video on that on TikTok. People fucking love that video, except for TikTok. TikTok took it down. And I was like jovial about it too, man. Like how can you allow videos that say that thing long, ain't it? But when I said that thing long, ain't it, and got fired from a job, they're like, whoa, buddy, crossed the line there.
That is very inappropriate.
You're being pretty gay right now. Like the other stuff is a joke. That is pretty gay.
Have you ever noticed the people that get the maddest about that are
gay
definitely
people,
yeah, like right on.
Like if you're, bro, that's how we knew somebody was chill at work. Every single dude who listens to this podcast at work, they have a friend at work, bro, the gayest shit you've ever heard. If you say that to a person like the fucking Jason kid, and he was like, oh yeah, bro, Boy Scout his whole life. His wife is, I mean, she's a plump one. All right. She's a rather stocky gal. I'm just saying that's a beard, buddy. That's a beard. Look, man, I'm just saying, I fuck with gay people. I mean, not like that, but you know what I'm saying? I fuck with gay people, bro. You could go out and be gay. You ain't got to be all mad about it.
Yeah, nobody's keeping you in the closet except for yourself.
That guy was a mad dick, man. And I love it too, because while we were at the ER, this lady was like, yeah, my husband works at Mohawk and he says he misses you being there. And I was like, oh, I don't know who the fuck he is. I worked there for 2 months. I don't even think I paid attention to anything. But I always love it too, because I'm just like, yeah, I worked there for 2 months and then, I left. Real like, and she's like 35 years old, so I'm not going to sit there and be like, yeah, well, I was there working, and then I asked a guy, that thing long in it, which is a funny TikTok joke, and in no way insinuates that I'm gay. So, I don't know. It's a really, really funny story. Hopefully, through my tiredness, I was able to tell it well.
Yeah, no, it was good. I laughed preemptively because I knew what was coming. So
it's a lot harder to say the joke to HR. Yeah. Like, once you got to say it without like content, I'm like, oh man.
I'm surprised you didn't come up with like something before you got in there when she was going to ask you about it. I'd be like, yeah, no, I was just talking about the board over there. I was talking about
didn't even give a fuck. I was, bro. For one, like we worked 12 hours, but it was like we'd work 4 days and then we're off 3 days, which is a great job. It's just so fucking boring. Like you just stand in one spot. After the machine was set up, it just runs for like 20 hours. So multiple shifts. So you'd get in and it just run all shift and you just have to stand there and inspect shit. Wouldn't even have to troubleshoot it. Machine ran like a fucking, I'm like, bro, at this point replace those robots. Like, let me sit down, which I'm pretty sure you could sit down. When Randy was there, he sat down. That's all he did. Dope dude. Like I said, his knees were bad. He was a big boy. All right, I'm gonna get to the next story. But there you go. You learned a little bit about Michael's work history.
So that's 3 down, right?
Yeah, but now it's the big ones.
Biggins.
Where are we at on time? Have you reset the...
I'll reset it now.
Uh-oh. Bruh-oh.
We're already.
All right. The title for this one was I Asking for Too Much? Dear Mike and Dylan. Love it. Hi, my name is Crystal, 32. I started talking to a guy named Josh, 33, that I met in a store that I managed. We kicked it off pretty well, I thought, anyway. He doesn't live in my hometown. He lives about 5 hours away, but he comes and works close by during the week and goes back home for the weekend, which he spends with his kid. He works a blue-collar job, which we both came into agreement that the distance wouldn't be a problem. We started going out at least once a week to eat or even to just hang out. We have been intimate and consistent in communicating amongst each other, which I loved. Up until last month, the texts became less and less, and the calls became scarce. And I expressed this to him, and his excuse was that he's been busy or that he was home on the weekends and doesn't want to be on his phone while he is spending time with his kids. There's a whole motherfucking family there. If someone's like, oh yeah, man, I don't want to be on my phone because I'm with my kids, that's because there's also a wife.
Yeah.
Which, let me make this clear, I've never got mad at him for spending time with his kids at all. I have a kid myself, so I understand, and I always supported him to spend time with his kids and not worry about me. But when we first started talking, he would at least let me know, hey, I'm probably not going to text you for a while because I'm going to be doing XYZ, which I am always an understanding person and never got mad at him because at least he would let me know something. Consistency was something I was always attracted to about him. Fuck, I am reading like a toddler right now. Can you like edit this up to make me sound like not stupid?
We could run it through AI and just redo it.
Right. So, hey, and yeah, fucking, I couldn't even do an AI joke. But after the last month, he stopped. He would text me good morning, and then I wouldn't hear from him at all until late night, telling me he is tired and about to go to bed. And it would be like that every day. I questioned if I did something to be like that, and he claims I did nothing wrong and that his job has him working a lot. Fucking Jesus Christ. I can't do this. Well, the week before we stopped talking, he stopped talking to me completely, and the following week he went back to texting in the morning and not responding back till later that day. Finally, after the last week we were talking, I confronted him about the lack of communication and that I missed him. Mind you, he always told me to express how I feel because he could not read minds, and he would rather me tell him what was wrong than blowing a cap. So I told him, and he got frustrated with me and told me he would talk to me about this later. That day was the last time I talked to him. He would not answer my calls or texts. I even texted him that I apologize for confronting him like that. All I want to do is express how much I miss him. After the 4th day of no contact, I caught the hint and stopped texting and calling. But the last week he decided to snap me a picture of his face. So now every day for the past week and a half, that's all he has done is snap me his face. He hasn't tried calling me or texting me. Nothing, just sends me pictures of his face. I even told him if all he's going to do is send pictures of his face to not send anything. He said, I'm going to do both, but hasn't. What? He knows how much I like him, and it's upsetting me that all I get after him practically ghosting me for 2 weeks is out of nowhere pictures of his face. So, Mike and Dylan, what do I say and do? Because I'm at a loss at what to do anymore because I want to continue having somewhat of an interaction with him, but this can't be it. All right, so advice. 100% he's cheating. Or not cheating.
Yes, he's cheating with you.
You're the cheat. You're the mistress. He definitely has a wife and kids at home. Not only that, but he's probably like a fucking sociopath. So he understands that you are you want to talk to him. He understands that you like him and you have feelings for him. And instead of just saying, hey, and breaking it off, he doesn't want to do that. And even going so far as to just send you pictures of his face and not say anything just to kind of keep you along for the fucking ride is some crazy ass shit. I guarantee you, he's probably not even giving you his real name.
Well, and he's probably got more than just you as a mistress too.
Right.
Like
so it's probably like a web of things going on, but fucking what I would do is I'd find out who his old lady was. And then I'd send her a nice little message and then all the snaps of his face. What a fucking psychopath. He might come back and murder you. I don't know. So it's just always safe to have your little shotty sitting in the corner of a living room or something like that.
Well, I think the crazy thing is though, is even if he doesn't have a wife or an old lady or somebody
It's
back
fucking
at
weird.
home,
Like, yeah.
but like the thing is like he was real hot and heavy to get you on board, and then he just dropped off. So like either he's not interested, and chasing him is not the option at all. Like you don't want that guy. Like
Right.
if he's already bored with you after a month, like nah, just cut ties. And
Something's 100% wrong with him because he's like sending her pictures of the face, not saying nothing. He's seeing how little he can do to keep you going. But I'm 100% like if someone's saying, hey, I can't text you during this or this or this, he has a regular somebody at home.
yeah, if it's pretty regular, the same like times, like yeah, he's at home with his kid, but like that's probably not what is the reasoning that
I'm real into like you should fucking find out who his old lady is. Look, girl, if you want to send us, so we can help you work the case. I think that'd be a little fun project we could work on. And then well, I don't know, because he sounds like he might eat people. I ain't gonna lie. Just sending a picture of a face and not saying nothing. Who sends a snap of their face to a woman and just nothing? That's a guy who eats people, man. He's a weird guy. The computer went off when we said that. Look, he's already hacked into the system.
See, I'm weird because I haven't had Snap since like hell it came out.
I've never had a Snapchat, so
I did back in the day when it was its purpose, but like now everybody uses it as like a social media thing. I'm like, I don't get it, because like literally it's just meant to send like nudes that disappear. Like that's the whole point of it. And,
that's why you had it.
Yeah,
nice.
But like
I just send them where they wouldn't disappear. It's out there. Just fucking look at it. Look at it.
You're gonna end up having to sign some of those here in the future.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I would. How would I feel signing a nude photograph of my body? I think I'd be all right. My wife would probably be like, "That's a little." I think the only time I've ever sent nude photographs of me, though, I was pretty in shape, so that's nice. It'll just like make me think of a fonder time. I'm like, man, I look good. I don't know how you got this.
Do you have a copy? Could I get one of those?
Can I get one of these? I'm gonna send that to people like it's real, like it's new, like it's fresh. Yeah, this is what I look like. All that shit on the. I'm just wearing a fat suit on the podcast. But yeah, girl, you gotta fucking
cut him out.
You gotta just block him.
Yeah, he's not worth your time.
Or, like I said, send us some details. I'm good at looking up stuff. I put the quotation marks in Google when I'm searching up somebody, so I get all the real results.
Yeah, there's a lot of hack techniques you can.
I'd like to do that, man. I think I say that, and then she'd send it over, and I'd just be like, "Oh, we got so much stuff, I can't do this." Or we'd find it out immediately.
You could just reverse Google image search him, and they'll show you all the pictures of him, and you could possibly find, some other lady and see if it's still active or not.
All right, so what would you do if it was a woman, okay, doing that to you? And then you found out she had a husband, all right, and they're married, but they got a little kid who has cancer and loves their mommy and daddy so much. Would you tell?
I mean, I don't really think that the revenge is worth it. Like, I don't, like, the only times that I see that
I love a hot, steamy plate of revenge, though.
But, yeah, when it makes sense. Like, with that, like, he's messing around with her, like, yeah, technically if he's got somebody at home, but like ultimately that's like their own issues to solve. I just would take myself out of the equation and be like, peace out with these two fingers. And
Dylan's such a good person.
well, is it going to make your life better to get that revenge? Probably not.
Yes, it will. It made me feel better.
You're just going to get tied up. She could sue you for alienation of affection.
She didn't know.
It doesn't matter.
I think you have to know.
I don't think you do.
I think you do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Comment. We'll
I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it, but Steve Smith, the wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers, I'm a big Carolina Panther guy. He's getting sued for alienation of affection. So he started sleeping with this lady. I think she was one of the band people for the Baltimore Ravens. And then her husband found out about it because he posted like all of it on Twitter. Everything they ever sent back and forth to each other. If I saw the messages, bro, oh God, I'd be devastated. She was talking about how he like knocked her fucking IUD loose and shit. Just, bro, I wouldn't be able to look at those messages, brother. But he calls him up, and then Steve answers, and he's like, what do you got to say? And Steve's just like, sorry, and so now he's suing him for like $100,000. And listen, Steve Smith, if you see this, I'm sorry for airing out your dirty laundry. I'd still like to be on your podcast. He gets real fighty real fast, so I wouldn't even. If he was like, yeah, come on, I was like, no, he's gonna whoop my ass. Fuck that.
Yeah.
He gets too fighty too fast. All right. Look at this. We got through it pretty quick.
Yep.
All right. So this is the last bit of advice.
This one's more of an am I the asshole?
Oh, it's more of a am I the asshole?
Yeah.
All right. So the title says, I left her breathless, and starts off with, hey, so I've been going back and forth with telling this story. Oh, they've been going back and forth on should they tell the story. Yeah. Well, A, they didn't start it off with Dear Mike and Dylan, so fuck this guy.
I think it's a girl.
Oh, well. Fuck this girl. I'm about to agree with whoever she's fucking arguing with. However, I want to tell it. I'm 37, and I was 24 when this happened. My ex and I had been together for about 5 years at this point. He was a habitual liar and cheater, but I stayed. She was a habitual liar and cheater, but I stayed. I did lack confidence, and I felt like she was my person. Oh, so this is lesbians.
I think so.
Aha. Well, I'm just going to go call it now. Y'all both assholes. That was good. That was Dylan not laughing. Hopefully there's people listening to this.
I'm just double checking to make sure that I'm right on that it is a woman and woman.
Mama check. We'll find out in a little bit. I had other women approaching me and still stayed. This was a very toxic relationship. At the time, we were living together and we had identical phones. Don't ask me why, but I promise you, I will never do that again. One day we switched phones by accident. Her phone was going off with messages and phone calls. I ignored them. I didn't want to see anything. Well, one particular person kept texting and calling out of curiosity. I read the text, and the girl girl for a whole year, she had a whole relationship. Oh, let me read that like she wrote it. I read the text, and girl, for a whole year, she had a whole relationship. That's how it was, yep. I couldn't even grasp the reality of what was going on. I didn't say anything. I let it all fester. Months went by, and I continued to play the happy relationship. She ended up getting a different vehicle, but that was used, but her pride and joy. This is when the evil horn started to show. After a few talks and some changes in actions, I thought she was changing. So one day, while she was in the shower, I checked her phone, and I was blown away to see she was cheating even worse than before. So I needed to do something, and confronting her wasn't enough. So over time, while she was sleeping, I slowly added vegetable oil to her engine and sugar to her gas tank and engine oil to her transmission fluid. I'm pretty sure that will fuck up a car. Like I said, I am not a car guy. That does sound like it would kill a car. I did it sparingly, so it didn't happen all at once. I put nails on the inside walls of her tires so it would slowly leak.
Yeah, she's...
After about a month of doing this, I decided to pack a bag and go out of town without telling her where I was going. I went to my cousin's about an hour away. The night before, I dumped a whole bottle of vegetable oil into the engine. The next day, she had a trip to go on, and what would you know? On the interstate, her truck is smoking. No one was available to pick her up. Interestingly enough, I had no service. Poor thing sat on the side of the road for 4 hours. Did I mention it was one of the hottest days in Georgia? Oh, at the time, oh man, we got to do a little Georgia. Hey, yeah, right here. All right. I was at the spa, so of course I couldn't respond to her messages until I was done. However, it was 2 weeks after that her mechanic finally called and told her that she needed to scrap the truck. I'm going to stop with that because I got cough now. They got it for a minute. They couldn't do it forever. The repairs aren't worth it. He then asked her if she had any enemies. She said she didn't know and wanted to know why. He explained to her how bad the damages were and what all he had found. She never suspected me, however. She didn't understand why this was happening. I told her someone was just giving her karma, maybe. I told her someone was just giving her karma, maybe. For me, revenge couldn't have been any greasier. I like it, little pun. I almost read it as easier because my brain was going to fill in the gap. So catch up 3 months ago. We've been broken up for years. She's in a relationship and I'm happily married to my wife for a little over a year. She reached out to me and caused her current girlfriend. She reached out to me because She reached out to me because her current girlfriend missed a doctor's appointment and she has bad asthma, so she knows I do and have some meds and can access the meds if I needed to. Well, she asked me if I could get her something. However, I hide nothing from my wife and she asked me what I wanted to do. Now, this girlfriend of hers is one of many she has cheated with and she knew about me. I have some of the meds, not all that she needed. My wife told me to do as I please, but she advised against it. I had an inhaler, not the breathing treatments I was going to go out of my way to get. So I said I couldn't help. Does this make me an asshole? Nope. It doesn't make you an asshole. I am fucking stupid, bro. I am so slow. I am so tired, too. They can tell I'm tired. I could not read that for the life of me. But yes, it is 2 women. All of them have asthma. They were going to let one die. That's the wildest story. I mean, you're not the asshole. If someone cheated on you, then fucking...
I think that slow burn revenge was so great. Like,
was it so great? Was it so great, mister? Oh, you shouldn't get revenge on people. But now we got a juicy story about revenge?
Well, she's in it. Like, she was still in it, and she just, like, totaled that girl's car.
I think if it makes you feel good, you should do it.
There's a lot of things that make you feel good that you probably shouldn't do.
Someone's going to, like, shoot somebody now. And like, well, Mike said if it makes you feel good, I should do it.
Disclaimer. The
cops are going to ask me about it. I'm like, did it make him feel good? I'm like, yeah, apparently. I'm like, all right, well, fucking innocent. Loyalty. Man, that was a fucked up one. Women are, they're just, me, if I'm trying to get revenge, I don't know how to do it. I'm too, like, what is it? Steadfast. I'm too.
You're going to fight.
I jump to the gun. I don't want to do that. I want to be one of those methodical people that can sit back and hold it. I can't do it. I can't do it. As soon as I know it, I'm saying it. And then it's wrong. And then I fucked up. All right. Women can just like hold it back and then they can see if someone's lying and they can just retain it in and then they can just like build upon a story and collect evidence. I could do none of that. Women are scary, man.
They are.
They are not fun broads. I don't know if we ever cut out I'm not going to say it. I think it was one of the dark episodes.
It's probably a dark episode.
Yeah, it was probably one of the dark episodes.
We're up to like 4 of those.
Yeah,
I think we deleted some though.
We just get real crazy. Where you at on the second one?
Oh, we still got 11 minutes on this one. So
11 minutes. So this is not even an hour yet.
It's a shorty.
Wow. Well, I guess we're going to wrap it up. Have a short one. See how it does. See if the people like it. I am so fucking tired. I'm ready to go home and just lay.
I think we got through some really good stories, and I think that's what people typically are looking for from us is those stories. So we shortened the banter in the beginning and got right to it. So I think.
Well, we'll see how they like it. I wish I was a little bit more witty, but I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. He just wants to get sick.
I'll give you a pass on this one.
Just be like me and don't ever get sick. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Later.